ended. All these apocalyptic movies are awesome, except for Knowing, starring Nicolas Cage. That movie has the worst ending I've ever seen in my life. Spoiler alert, the kids were Adam and Eve the whole time. I don't even feel bad about spoiling it, okay? I just did you a favor. I wish I was knowing how to get those 2 hours of my life back. There's also another apocalyptic movie that came out that I want to talk about. It came out in 2009 and it was called 2012. And this movie is just so fascinating to me because it came out like during the time where everybody thought the world was gonna end in 2012. So the movie studio was like, you know what?
Let's make some money off of that fear.
If you forget, people thought the world was gonna end in 2012 because an ancient like Mayan calendar ended on December 21st, 2012. Some people thought Earth was going to collide with this planet called Planet X, or they thought there was going to be like some natural disaster like a tidal wave or a big shark. Some people also were tying it to the Large Hadron Collider. They thought that it was going to make this huge like black hole and it was going to give planet Earth the old suck. Going to give us the old gluck gluck Super Soaker 9000. And dude, I remember genuinely like being terrified. Like I straight up thought that we were going to die in the year 2012. Because I would just watch so many YouTube videos from like these weird conspiracy theorists, and I was 13, so I didn't know any better. And YouTube recommendations are a scary thing. One minute you're watching Mark Johnson's part in Fully Flared, and then the next minute you're watching a video called, hey Curtis, you know you're gonna die in 5 years? Yeah, how about you tell your friends about it too, so they can think differently of you. Obviously, we survived 2012, but at what cost? No, obviously we survived 2012, but funny enough, the year 2012 isn't the first big apocalypse scare that I lived through. No, no, no. When I was 5 years old, I survived Y2K. I know some of you might be a little too young to know what Y2K was. So let me give you a brief summary. Back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s, when it came to like keeping track of the date, computer programs only used like a 2-number system because, you know, why spend all that time putting like 1992 when you can just put 92, right? Makes sense. We still do that today. But then people started to wonder like, what year is the computer gonna think it is when it gets to the year 2000? Because there's just gonna be 2 zeros. They're not programmed for this. We're fucked. So with that, people thought computer systems worldwide would just like shut down at midnight on New Year's. They thought planes would fall out of the sky, furnaces would turn off, cars would stop working, radio signals would go awry, just pretty much any technology would just not work anymore. Like news publications were writing about this. They were selling Y2K survival kits.
Call now and get the ultimate Y2K survival kit.
Prince even wrote a fucking banger about this back in 1982. Like this is like a big thing in like the zeitgeist for a while. Like a huge word I just pulled out. No big deal. Like they had people everywhere working overtime trying to like figure out how to stop Y2K from happening, or if it even was going to happen. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't just like put the computer's date forward a few years and then see what happened, but what do I know? So a lot of people were freaking out, but spoiler alert, the kids were Adam and Eve the whole time. No, spoiler alert, nothing happened. We were all fine. The worst thing that happened was like some vending machines in Australia stopped working, which I mean, could feel like the end of the world if you're really craving a Snickers bar, you know? Or sorry, a Snickers bar. G'day, mate. Like I said earlier, I was 5 years old when this happened, so I didn't fully understand it. I do remember my neighbors throwing like an end of the world party that my parents went to, so luckily there were people who didn't actually think this was gonna happen.
Are you filling up your car because of Y2K?
Not at all, not worried.
Why are you filling up your car?
Out of gas.
And obviously, news reports about Y2K only fueled the fire. We've seen what bad news reporting can do. Some people were like fully convinced that Y2K was a real thing. And just like the movie 2012 did in 2009, the PAX TV network aired a special called How to Prepare Your Family for Y2K. And it is a trip. So I thought it'd be fun to take a look back to the beautiful year of 1999 and see how people were preparing their family for the apocalypse that never happened. So the video starts with a host doing a voiceover about how there's tons of natural disasters that occur all over the world every day, but Y2K is gonna be the worst thing that's ever gonna happen to humanity. And I really like at the bottom where it says all copyrights acknowledged, and they spelt acknowledged incorrectly because they put 2 Ks instead of 1. Which begs the question, Y2K? Thank you. Thanks so much. That's the video. Bye. And that's the best joke I'm ever gonna make. Sorry, I peaked. Now I peaked. Even if I like have a kid one day. Not as impressive. Yo, check it out. This is my baby.
Wow.
Pretty crazy, right? I just like made a new life.
Yeah, that's amazing. And look, he's so happy. He keeps laughing. Look at him.
Yeah. You want to laugh? Yeah, sure. So you know Y2K, right? Okay, let's keep going. Also, I wouldn't toss a baby like that. I would never do that. I would chuck it as hard as I could. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do any of that.
Have we become so dependent on computers that our society is at risk if they fail?
Oh, sir, if you only knew.
The fact is, during the past 30 years, computers have taken over virtually every aspect of modern life. Each of these items, and hundreds more, are all controlled by a computer-based system called an embedded chip. The truth is, it would be hard to find a modern appliance of any kind that wasn't computer-enhanced in some way.
Man, no, not the hand mixer. No, it's the end of the world. Could you imagine like a post-apocalyptic movie where everything about the Earth is the exact same except like stand mixers don't work anymore? Hey, Dad, I'm hungry. Are those brownies ready yet? I know. All I gotta do is plug this in, mix around the ingredients. It'll be done in no time. Just hold on. This summer, get ready for a motion picture like you've never seen before. From the producers that brought you the smash hit Knowing, comes a brand new jam-packed post-apocalyptic movie that asks the question, hey Dad, why aren't you mixing those ingredients quickly? I'm sorry, I can't. It's not working. What? What would you do if life as you knew it came to an end? So you're telling me that every single electric mixer on Earth just doesn't work anymore? Sir, it's really not that big of a deal. Will you tell that to my starving son over here, who can't even eat his brownies because my arm gets too tired when I whisk the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients? Sir, I'm sorry. I had no idea. Oh! Were you here the whole time? Hey, Dad, what are those? Son, those are trucks full of whisks. We gotta go. Now. This goes all the way to the top. Mr. President, grab my hand!
The last stand, mixer.
Oh, sorry to whisk you away like that. Okay, I made that movie trailer as a joke, but Hollywood, hit me up.
Government and industry are doing everything they can to fix the problem. But in the event they don't make it, is there anything you can do?
Probably not.
Actually, there is.
Let's go.
Okay, so this is where we meet all the experts that are going to teach us how to survive Y2K. These are guys who are like, they've like written books about it and stuff.
Food, water, and shelter. If you cover those, everything else is secondary, but those are the primary ones you've got to address.
Nice. Glad they brought in the experts for that one. Fuck, I mean, how could we have known that if it wasn't for this Michael guy? Jeez. Food, water, and shelter.
I hardly know her.
Okay. Also, another thing I want to touch on. They say in this video that like panicking is bad. Like you shouldn't panic because that just makes everything worse.
Some experts believe that panic could cause more problems than the problem itself.
But like people are panicking because you're making videos like this, you know? It's like if you made an instructional video about like how to make the best burger. And then at the end, you're just like, remember guys, don't make a burger. Whatever you do, don't do it. But this is how you do it. Like people weren't even sure that this thing was going to happen. And these fucking people made a video about what to do when this thing actually does happen.
I believe we will have the declaration of a national emergency. I think we'll have martial law by this time next year. I don't think there will be New Year's Eve celebrations like we have seen them in the past, because I think there will be troops in the street.
This is like watching the opposite of the Titanic. In the Titanic, all the characters think it's going to turn out all good, but obviously it doesn't, and the audience knows that from the beginning. This is the exact opposite of that. We all know it's going to be fine, but they're all freaking out like they're going to die. And it's so funny to think that all these like professionals talking about it, like these guys have written books and stuff, and they were all just fucking wrong. These guys were dead wrong about everything. These guys for sure got in like a fight with their wives, like on New Year's Eve, for sure. 100%. Because they probably forced their family to like hide out in a basement or some shit. What, babe? I'm sorry. I straight up thought electronics was gonna stop. I thought the world was gonna end. Oh, you're pretty mad, huh? Does this mean we're not gonna, you know, tonight? Oh, buddy, that ship has sailed. I'll be upstairs using my battery-powered device that still works. Jackass. Oh, Y2K? Why? Also, the person who uploaded this to YouTube kept in some of the commercials that played like during this program, and they're just they're so goddamn funny.
On December 31st, the world will celebrate an event that begins in one